On my last video I made a hard dark melody and I promised on the next one that I'm gonna do the drums, so that's what we do today. And yeah, I'm gonna play the melody that I made first. Okay, specifically I'm gonna find the part where there is no bass on the melody, and I'm doing that because I'm gonna add the 808 and I don't want it to clash with an actual bass sound, so that way we have a clean mix. So first things first, I know that the melody is in A sharp minor, which is a scale that I don't really like for drums because the 808 doesn't hit really hard on that root note. So what I'm gonna do is increase it a few cents. C minor looks good, so I'm gonna go to the sampler, go to view and set it on C minor. So now I'm gonna go to my Sauce drum kit bundle, which you can find in the description down below, to find some good drum sounds. As you can see, I actually kept it very simple. I only got an 808, a clap, close hi-hat, a snare and an open hi-hat, but you can add obviously way more stuff to it. But to keep this tutorial simple, I'm gonna stick with those sounds. Here we have a drum pattern which is gonna play at the same time with the melody, and I'm gonna go to my clap first and I'm gonna add it on the 3rd bar and the 6th, and then I'm gonna copy and paste it like this. I'm also gonna increase the velocity of the clap to make it hit harder. And also make sure that my melody is around -12 dB. Now I'm gonna go to my close hi-hats and I'm gonna right click it and fill each 2 steps. And as you can see, we have a very simple 2-step hi-hat pattern. I already have a hi-hat tutorial which I dropped like a year ago, but if you wanna check it out, I will have it linked down below. But yeah, right here we're gonna do some very basic stuff. We're gonna create some very simple rolls. Usually before the clap hits is a good spot to add some rolls. I'm just gonna highlight the note, hit Alt and U and set this knob right here to this spot. And if you zoom in, we have those multiple hi-hat rolls right here. But I'm actually gonna delete half of them. And now we have a better bounce. And I'm just gonna copy and paste those rolls and add them on various spots of the pattern. Also, adding your hi-hats on very low octaves really adds some more nice bounce to the pattern. What I'm also gonna do is go to snap to grid and I'm gonna set it to 1-2 step, and that way we can add a variation on our rhythm. Which is a more classic hi-hat pattern, but it's good to add some variety to it. And now I'm just gonna copy and paste the whole pattern. Now I'm actually gonna add a simple note like this, so they don't always sound the same. And yeah, for now we're good to go with the hi-hats. Now I'm actually gonna go to the 808. I also have an 808 guide linked down below, but for the basics we're gonna keep the envelopes like this, so the notes don't clash, and we're gonna add a very basic pattern on the piano roll. We know for a fact that our root note is in C minor, but to ensure that we are on the right key, what we're gonna do first is lay down our 808 pattern on a higher octave, because that way the notes are more audible. I'm also gonna add an 808 note right where we have the hi-hat roll. And I'm also gonna play with some lower notes. Okay, now that I'm happy with the pattern, I'm gonna set it on its original octave. I'm also gonna add a few extra notes on the last 4 bars to spice things up. I'm actually gonna delete this hi-hat roll from the hi-hat pattern because I don't really think it fits with the rest of the bounce. Next up, let's go to our snare, and we're gonna use it as a fill snare, which means that we're gonna add it on some empty spots of the drum pattern to spice it up a bit. A good spot to start with is this 3rd bar right here. I'm gonna copy and paste it and add some variety in here. I'm gonna set the grid to 1/3 and I'm gonna add some smaller notes. And I will just copy and paste the whole pattern. Okay, now we're gonna go to the open hi-hat, which is really gonna help the 808 to hit harder, and pretty much I'm gonna add the open hi-hat note every time the 808 hits, but we're not gonna add it on every single note, so we get some more bounce. Make sure you go to your drums and right click them and choose cut itself so the notes don't clash with each other. Now I send my drums to the mixer. I'm gonna go to the master and add a soft clipper, and that way our drums are not gonna clip. I'm gonna increase the boost knob of the 808 just a bit. So that was a very basic drum tutorial. If you want to see in-depth 808 and hi-hat guides, I will have them linked down below. And yeah, right now I'm just gonna add right here my secret mastering chain, which I'm gonna reveal on my next video. I will play the whole beat at the end as usual. If you found it useful, make sure you like the vid, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.